Muckluck here, and these are my final thoughts on Darkest Dungeon 2. After watching this video, you should know whether or not this game is right for you and if you think it would be worth the purchase. Darkest Dungeon 2 is a single-player turn-based roguelite. It is available on PC, and the devs have said it is coming to PS5, Xbox, and Switch in the future. It is currently priced at $39.99 US. The game's settings with no spoilers beyond the tutorial. To borrow the narrator's words, Darkest Dungeon is about making the most of a bad situation. You are not expected to succeed on your first expedition. Heroes will die, failure will abound, and the world will seek to smother your flame. Take heart, do not relent, press forward through the encroaching gloom and face your fears. Redemption at last can be found deep within the icy depths of the Darkest Dungeon 2. I think the 2 there is a little odd, but the rest really drives the point home. It's a dark, grim world out there, and you are doing your best to push through sprawls, sluices, and tangles, and make your way to a mountain in the distance in order to somehow fix it. General gameplay. After an introduction, you start off controlling a wagon moving down a road with a flame on the back of it. The brighter the flame, the greater your advantage in a fight. The darker the flame, the more your opponent's advantage. Additionally, if the flame hits 0, you are forced into an additional combat you must win to continue. You choose the story chapter you wish to play, but on your first trip it is simply the prologue. Next, you assemble your team, but are limited to a specific set of heroes on the first run, after which you can unlock others in whatever order you choose. As you travel down the road, you will run over debris, which can yield useful items, and you will find forks in the road. Depending on your scouting, you may know what lies ahead to help you choose, or you may have to pick blindly. As you reach different destinations, you will find opponents to fight, people who can aid you, shrines that let a hero recount their past, which unlocks new skills, hospitals to remove lasting afflictions, merchants, bosses, and more. Combat is a turn-based affair and very intuitive. You can clearly see who is going to go next at the top of the screen. Each attack has a tooltip explaining what it does and what slots you can use it from or what slots you can aim it at. If you ever encounter an icon you aren't familiar with, you can hold Control to display a key for them. Likewise, you can hold Alt while aiming at an enemy to show the attacks you've seen so far. As you complete or fail runs, you will earn candles you can use to unlock the other heroes, upgrade existing heroes, unlock subclasses, unlock new items to appear in your runs, upgrade the coach, and a few other things, but also notably unlock harder difficulties if you are feeling confident. Darkest Dungeon 2 took me about 36 hours to get my first win on the final boss, but when I did, I had not even tried a few of the heroes yet, and still wanted to play more, and am still playing. You can easily get far more playtime from your purchase if you have to repeat any runs, or if you choose to keep playing the game to unlock everything, or tackle the harder difficulties. The game also has lots of replayability due to the sheer number of heroes, skills, builds you can use, there are subclasses, items, and team compositions. Comparisons to other games. It's worth noting here that the game is a bit different from Darkest Dungeon 1. There are plenty of gamers that enjoy both, and some gamers that just prefer one of them over the other. In the first game, you built up a hamlet, a small town, and had multiple teams of heroes. One team would go out while the others would rest. In DD2, you are on the road and control one group until they die, win, or you abandon the run and start again. In combat, the gameplay is spot on, faithful to its predecessor. The details. Graphics. The first Darkest Dungeon took the internet by storm with its grim, unique art style with its heavy lines and shadowed eyes. Darkest Dungeon 2 sought to bring the same art style but into 3D, while still looking 2D at a glance. I feel like they did a really good job here, as the game retains the visual charm of the first title while still showing growth. Sound and music. The music in this game is good.
Take this. It is hope. The very last of it.
The combat sounds are great. Every skill having good weight to them with sound. The continued narration of Wayne June.
Spend what you can, or wealth no longer has meaning.
Is sublime. Controls. The game can be played with mouse and keyboard, and I did not have any issues with this during my entire playthrough. Red Hook has also announced they are currently working on gamepad and Steam Deck support, as these are both highly requested features. Saving system. The game auto-saves constantly, so none of that Alt F4ing and reloading the game to get out of a bad situation. It is a roguelite. It is expected that you will die and restart, so no cheating the Reaper is due here. Content creator concerns. None. I streamed my entire playthrough on Twitch and uploaded the entire thing to our Muckluck Plays YouTube channel and did not experience any muted VODs or have any issues with copyright claims. Do I have anything negative to say? My gameplay was completely bug-free. One thing that I feel some new players might wrongfully assume is that the game is massively RNG. When you have a series of incidents occur in a row of your heroes fighting one another, having meltdowns, getting critically struck from the enemy, all of this feels like bad luck. However, you can massively tilt these things in your favor once you learn how. You can use items at the end to improve their relationships. You can put up guards when the enemy is about to attack. You can see crit tokens on the enemy when a guaranteed crit is coming, etc. While there is some dice rolling behind the scenes, your goal is to stack the odds in your favor in as many ways as possible. Final thoughts. This game has been an amazing journey, with a story told only in a few sentences here and there that got me invested all the way to the end, with a finale that tied in all the personal stories of the heroes I was using, giving me chills. For a great gameplay experience, zero bugs, charming unique graphics, solid sound design, and a simple yet compelling story, I have to say that Darkest Dungeon 2 absolutely felt more than worth its price tag, and am still playing it now. This video was not sponsored, so if you enjoyed it, please consider hitting that like button to help us out with the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe for more content. If you'd like to see more of my playthrough of Darkest Dungeon 2, I'll include a link to that playlist from our other channel down below. Subscribe there too. As always, a massive thank you to our dear patrons who make content like this possible. If you'd like to become a supporter and earn early access, there's a link to that in the description. Careful out there.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.